welcome to live online training with myself, Mark Hartwright, and today we're going to look at enhancing your lessons with some active learning tools. So thank you for watching this video. If you do want to sign up and actually watch it live and be part of the interaction, be part of the game, then you're more than welcome to. I'll just leave a link in the description as well. But hopefully you can learn something from this one. So as we jump in, I'm just using Smart Learning Online to interact with this here. That was just a link for when we did it live, just to have that participation value. So just an introduction here. My name is Mark Hartwright, as I've already stated. Former primary school teacher and now doing professional development for Smart as well. So if any new questions arrive, obviously just leave a comment below if you wish, or if you want to email me directly, you can at markhartwright@smarttech, or look at Smart Tech or myself on Twitter, and we can start a conversation that way as well, which should be good. So jumping on here, objectives for this afternoon. How can we enhance your lessons with assessments? How can we enhance your lessons with game-based activities, some ready-made activities, as well as adding different audio to it as well? So let's jump in. So we're going to break each one of these apart and let's see how we can create them and the purpose for doing that as well. Just support your learners, obviously support you as well. So how can we create an assessment? So at the moment I'm delivering through a browser here using Smart Learning Online. I could have gone in through Google, but this time I've gone in through using my Microsoft credentials. Obviously this fully integrates with a Google Classroom and also with Microsoft Teams as well as other different platforms that you're using as well. So now I'm just going to click on these three dots just to end this lesson here and to go back to my middle, to beginning, or I could actually edit this lesson as well. So if I just jump in to edit this one, what I want to do is to add that assessment into this piece. So here's my lesson that I've imported already. I could have imported a PowerPoint or a PDF or a Google Slides, or of course a Smart Notebook file as well. And then after this one here, I want to actually create an assessment. So I want to add in, I can add in lots of different things, but I'm going to add in this formative assessment response here. So I'm going to click on this one here. And then it's just going to give me this very, very simple wizard of actually to create that content as well. There is lots of stuff made online if you do want to go and search for those and actually find some stuff. But actually what I often found when I was teaching is create that content, then it's exactly really honed in on what I need for my learners themselves. So let's just go on a true and false question here. True and false question, and I can type that is the square root of let's do 64 is 8, and that is a true question, so that's already, I've got that question in. Click next. Click add a question, so I'm going to add in another question. I could add in here a multiple choice. So my multiple choice is, bring up the keyboard, which is a square, question mark there. And then here I could add in an image, and then here are my options to get this question right. So it always, by default, it puts the first one, but then when it sends it out to the students, it does randomize those as well. So just as what is a square, and then I can select an image that I've got saved already, or I can just do a quick search here. SQUARE. So I want a picture of a square, and I can search for that one. And I've got various different options here. I'm actually going to go for that nice jazzy one there. Yep, that's the one I want. Click OK. So I've got in a square there. Let's just put some other ones in as well. Maybe a triangle, and search for that one. So let's just put in that first one there. That one's fine. Double click on that one. Yep, I'm happy with that. So that's in as well. And you can see I can add different images if I want to, or I can just add in text as well. So using that Bing Safe Search, I can just quickly put those images in there, and I can create this assessment on the fly. And I'm just going to add in one more question here, just of a poll answer. In fact, I'm going to do a short answer. And then explain angles and what a right angle is. And then it's up for the students to actually put in their responses to that one. I click next. I just check my answers, make sure they've got the correct ones there. Yep. If I want to add the title or any instructions, and then I click finish on that one. And then into that lesson that I had already, I've now actually put in something a bit more engaging, something more that enhances my lesson. That's my response, that is my quiz, that is my formative assessment actually within that file there as well. So jumping back up to the other page, yes, now we've got an assessment in it. Let's put a game-based activity. So there's my lesson there, and after that I just want to add in a game-based activity. Now, built into Smart Learning Suite Online and with Smart Notebook on your desktop, either Mac or Windows as well, you've got some of these games here. So if I just click on this one here, it's got lots of different choices. There are a few more choices actually within the online version as well. Like one that's just been very recently released is this word search one. So let's just click on that. You can get a preview of what each one of these is. And there's lots and lots of different ones. There's a speed 'em up, team quiz, there's a rank order, memory matches one online, even just a fill in the blanks. That's quite a nice one to be able to actually put things into that closed text as well. I won't wait for that load because I'm just going to go straight for a word search. So let's click on a word search. And then what words do we want to add into that there as well? We could add in, perhaps if I click on the right keys, found. Let's just put one more. I'll best put smart in there as well. Don't know where that list of words came from, but those words are there. And then I can see the size of my grid. I can have either easy, moderate, or difficult. Show word list at the side. Yes, I want that as well. Click next. And then I can choose the different backgrounds on here. I'm just going to go for a simple one on this case and click finish. And there is my word search. I can edit that, I can preview that, but that's ready to go there. And you can see that's just embedded it within that file that I already brought in. So once I've got an assessment, I've got some different games, and I can add in those multiple games wherever I want to in that lesson as well, something nice and quick and easy like we've just done now. There's also some ready-made activities as well. So if I wanted to, after this one here, I want to add in some ready-made activities. So I can add in some manipulatables or graphic organizers. In fact, I'm going to add in a manipulatable. And on this one here, just to be something completely different, I'm getting to play with a hundreds chart. So on that hundreds chart, that can be in there as well. And then we've got some different things on what they wanted to do with dots and stuff. But at the moment, it's not very explanatory what they need to do with that actual activity there. So to add in that activity, just to recap that one there, I clicked on that plus there, and there's some different ones in here. There's manipulatables, there's graphic organizers. There's also some ready-made resources within there as well, which you can go to, you can have a look at in your own time. There's some really fantastic ones in there as well. So now I've got that, I'm actually going to jump onto this one as well and bring it into this one, put the two together. And this is adding audio instructions. So for this one here, what I want the students to be able to do is to find a pattern within the dots and actually make the construct their number sentences for this one as well. So I'm just going to add in some audio explanations for this. So I'm going to start recording. Select some numbers using the dots on the left-hand side over the top of the other ones. Then add in the number sentences on the right-hand side until you have made the ones you wish. Don't forget to write the answers. Now you can see that it worked there. Yes, mine didn't properly work just because the microphone plugged into my laptop isn't properly working. But if I was constructing that with a proper microphone, that would have worked. But hey ho. It's just testing it for you. So I can actually replay that recording back to me. I can rewind it. I could actually add to it as well. Or I could just delete it and start again with a proper microphone. But for the purpose of this, you can see how it works. So I can just add in that as well. What I'm actually going to do to that activity as well, because this is individual. Yes, I've got my audio there as well. But what I'd like to do is to send this activity out to individuals, not just send it out to one person at a time. So here, if I'm actually going to convert it to an individual handout. Now it's an individual handout. Every child, every learner that comes into that lesson is actually going to have their own personal copy of that, which they can actually do. Maybe if I wanted to go back and change the audio and undo that bit, that feature I've just done, I can click on edit, or I can just preview it if I need to as well. So that's my lesson kind of started with all those bits and pieces within there. And I'm happy with the way that's edited. I don't need to add any more content to it. I could add a YouTube video if I wanted to, but I think I'm just going to leave it from there. So now if I click finish editing, it's going to now come back to the lesson that I was delivering at the beginning of this. And you can see it on the 100 chart, which is the one I was just doing. And as I flow down these here, there's my assessment start. So as I start that for the class, as a student view here, this is my teacher view here, and this is the students here. Square root of that is true, yes. And then you can see how that appears up on here. I'll go on to the next question, which is the square. It is A. I can click on that square there to actually see that it's full size, the square, the square in the corner of the square. And click on that full size there, type in what is a right angle, and here I can say, where's my keyboard gone? I probably won't say that. I'm going to put 90 degrees. And then I click next on that one, and then I can submit those answers. As a teacher here, I can see that everybody has finished, and then as the student here, I can submit those, great job, and I can show my questions, actually walk through that if I want as a teacher. And then when I end this activity, I'm going to get a copy of this that I can export those results as an Excel document. But as a learner here, I can see which ones I got correct, and kind of that straight away, that's assessment as well. So going on to the next one, yes, I've got a word search here that I can start. Learners can start that word search, and then they can see them. Oh, I have actually found. Yay, so I've got that one. And I'm not going to spend all time, but you've probably spotted one that I haven't, but hey ho. There's then that activity there. I can even click for a hint if I want to. And then here is L, which might be finding letter down there as well. Oh, I went too far. There we are, brilliant. So on to the next one. This is my, here now I can see as the student starts it here, I've actually got my audio instructions. So those will play over the top as well. And let's just see what the student progress is. So on the student progress on here, yes, I can see my audio instructions if I want, but as the student has started here, their names will appear up on here as well. And I have got the ability to actually model that for the students as well in that teacher handout from there as well. So as they've started their activity there, their name, there you go, will appear up on here, and I can see that that person there has actually started their activity, and then they can interact with that, and everybody else who signs on to that lesson there as well can also interact with that as well. So those are the kind of the parts that we added to that lesson there, really to enhance that lesson that we made. Starting from a very, very simple point and enhancing it, making it better, if you like, making it more engaging for the students there. So what your challenge would be this week is to see what activity are you going to use? How are you going to enhance the learning within your classroom, within your setting, wherever you might be? And I'd love to know about it. Either email me directly, or obviously Twitter's up there as well, or feel free to share it with other colleagues as well, or if you want to put it online as well, and just tag me, and I'd love to hear more about that as well. So go ahead and go and actually learn something, go and do something with that part of that nugget as well. And if you want to put it on other social channels, feel free to do so. Then they're all there. Just pause this and kind of copy those across, or just search for them and they should show up. If you do want to actually fill in some training feedback, then feel free just to go to that link there and fill in any of that surveys there, and actually, and if you want to add any comments or try and steer where we're going with these training sessions later on as well, then feel free to put those comments there as well. Or just obviously in the comments below. Like I said at the very beginning of this video, in a couple of weeks' time, we're actually going to join again live. The 6th of May, which is in 2 weeks' time. It's going to be either at 12:15 or at 20 to 4, hopefully at lunchtime after school times. And I'd love to see you live and actually taking part with that as well. Or if you sign up, you will just get a link to the next video anyway. But that one there is more very much focused on the delivery. How are you going to deliver these lessons to your students, whether they're in the class, whether they're out of the class, wherever they might be, hopefully all still in class, but very much looking on that lesson delivery side of things. So it'd be great if you can join live for that as well. And just as a final thought before we finish this video, is looking at bespoke training packages. This is just a kind of quick snippet, a quick 15-20 minutes, however long this video has been, and supporting you in this way. But if you'd like more support, whether that's something, a one-off session just to kind of see more, or whether that's a bespoke training package that fits kind of across the year, then I'm more than welcome to have a go and kind of work with you that in that sense there. So please be in touch for that as well. Of course, looking at hardware and software in a bit more depth, as well as that professional development side of things as well. So on that note there, hopefully they found that useful, and thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you again live soon. Thanks again, bye.